Today we're going to be looking at the new Nike Romaleos 4. These new lifting shoes are a very exciting release for people in the sport of Olympic lifting, casual lifters, CrossFitters, and people with poor ankle mobility like me. So the reason that these shoes are so exciting is it has been 3 years since the last release of the Romaleo 3s, and it's been 8 years since the extremely popular Romaleos 2 came out. People want to know, is this going to be the new best Olympic lifting shoe? Okay, so first let's talk about the obvious looks and changes of the shoe. I have seen so many comments of how people think the orange strap on this gray and black version is so ugly. And personally, I was thrilled. This is the pair that I wanted. The orange strap makes it instantly recognizable from all the other black and white lifters. If you don't like the orange strap, then you probably don't understand Nike and their history as a brand. In the early 1970s, Phil Knight, the co-founder of Nike, and his team from their shoe company, which at that point was called Blue Ribbon, were releasing the very first Nike shoe at the National Sporting Goods Association show in Chicago. At that time, all shoes came in blue or gray shoe boxes. There were no other colors. So he decided to put their very first Nike shoe in a bright orange box. And Nike was a huge success their first year at the show. So marks with the color orange are more than a fashion gimmick for Nike shoes. They're a symbol and a recognition of who they are and where they came from as a company. And it's a meaningful part of their history. Enough about all that though. Let's get into the build and performance of these new lifters. Here are the differences between this version, the 3s, the 2s, and we'll also talk about some of the differences between these and the Reebok Legacy lifters. I've had the 3s for a couple years now, and I love them. They were my first real lifters, and I have so many good memories and personal bests, PRs in them. That was probably like a 300-pound snatch or something. I can't really remember. The first thing I noticed about these is the weight. These are not trying to be the same as the 3s, and they're basically the same weight as the Legacies. It's like only an ounce difference. You immediately see where they're not trying to make this a super lightweight lifter. The strap is kind of rubber coated instead of the light nylon strap on the 3s. Similar to the Reebok Legacies, they have metal buckles, which we also saw on the Romaleo 2s. The straps go all the way around the shoe to wrap and secure your foot completely. And there's a nice little loop right there on the tongue that the front strap goes through. Okay, speaking of the tongue, it's updated with a heavier material and build than the mesh that was used on the 3s. And it's still gusseted. There's no way for the tongue to get messed up or out of place when you're putting them on and wearing them. Okay, the upper material is heavy and durable nylon. This nice stylish pattern, and the inside of the foot is covered with this thick plastic part of the wrap that goes around the heel and is a point of contact for the strap on the top. Also, here at the start of the top strap, there's this heavy rubberized opening for the strap to go through, and it looks super durable. I really like these new straps. There's something between the nylon strap from the 3s and the really plastic coated straps from the Legacies. These straps have the durable coating, but a lot more flexibility. You can also see that there's a little extra width in the heel for added stability. These have the same 20mm heel drop as the 3s and the 2s. Now that's 2 millimeters less than the Legacies, but it's still in the 3/4 inch category, which is standard for lifters. Okay, I wear a size 8 in most of my training shoes. So when I got these, I ordered a size 8, and as soon as I put them on, I thought, oh no, they're too small. But I checked my 3s, and it turns out that these are 8.5, and I have a little bit of room in the toe on these. And in the 4s, my toe is just touching the end.
These are designed for the Olympic weightlifting athletes. Obviously, with the growth of CrossFit, they've become more popular now, but it's a better supporting shoe, especially for squatting, the clean and jerk, catching things. It helps you keep your body upright. For people that may have a hard time with mobility, it definitely helps them out in those bottom positions of squatting. So traditionally, an Olympic weightlifting shoe is exactly for that. When you're buying a weightlifting shoe, they're expensive and it's worth the investment. I've always told my younger weightlifters, the ones that actually committed into the sport, when they're ready to actually buy a real pair of weightlifting shoes, that they are worth the investment. It's a brand new shoe. We don't know how it's going to hold up during time. But I mean, it could last just as long as these leather ones have that I've had forever. This is the first, I think, weightlifting shoe that I have seen with Nike that's come with a mesh sole. So again, I'm curious to see how that's going to hold up within a few months. Good hard training. They were also a lot more restricted in the foot towards the toes and all that. They felt a lot tighter. Which for me, that's good, because that's going to lessen the foot sliding back and forth in there. Some people might not like that, especially if you have a wider foot. I have a narrow foot, and these were pretty snug on me. So
I think they're good. I think they're just good. If they were any tighter, they would be too tight.
And again, tight's good. Remember, these are not CrossFit shoes. These are they're not made to be doing Metcons in. You can, by all means, you can do it, but your feet's going to be hurting after a while. They are a good, I think, weightlifting shoe to where your feet is going to be very stable in there. You're going to have a good push, good feel with the floor with them. I think I know when I used to walk in these, I can tell they're wide. When I walk in these, they don't give me that impression that I have a wide foot. So they actually remind me a little bit more of the Adidas shoe, where the Adidas was tighter in the foot area, especially up in the toe. And so if they hold up as long, then it's definitely going to be a good investment.
I usually wear the Reebok lifters, and the only reason why I started that was because 2017 we got sponsored by Reebok, our team, and we went to the games and they told us we had to wear them, and I liked them. They're a good shoe, don't get me wrong, but that's all I've worn, plus they're free. But before that, I used to wear the Romaleos, the Nike Romaleos, the first ones, and I loved them. They actually kind of remind me a little bit like this. At first I was a little skeptical, but they actually fit really, really good. So wasn't a big fan of the orange at first, but it grows on me a little bit as the more I look at it. And it's very stable. Heels, you got the support. I try to be a little fancy. I know a lot of people like to leave one strap out, especially the top one. But I noticed that there was a little slippery. My heel kept coming out a little bit once I did that, but then once I put the second strap over, it took care of that. I like the material on the front. It's kind of, I don't know, it's light. It feels like your toes are getting a little air in there, so it's not really concealed. The stability's there, definitely, especially when you catch, whether it's a clean or a snatch. It's definitely a really good high quality shoe. I would definitely recommend it. I would wear these in a Metcon for sure. Though when I first put them on, of course they were new, they were kind of stiff, but they're actually kind of loosened up right now. Maybe it was at 335. Yeah, I would probably rock this out depending on what the Metcon is. They're super light. I don't think that's going to make a big difference if you're doing like a Metcon with pulling and stuff like that, or muscle ups and heavy cleans or snatches, whatever it is.
So to summarize, the new Nike Romaleos 4 are an exciting shoe that takes a step toward a more traditional lifter for the modern athlete. They aren't light on the scale, but they feel light on your foot, and they are flexible once you break them in. They're also one of the most stable feeling lifters I've ever worn. These fit tighter, which makes them seem like they run small, but maybe you've been wearing a lifter that's too big for you, and these will actually fit the way an Olympic lifting shoe should. I'm looking forward to hitting new PRs in these starting today with my snatch. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you found this video informative, helpful, or just entertaining, please give it a like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Till next time, happy training.